Hi guys, this is Carol McRae from Mind Body Magic in Dubbo. I thought I would pop in just to talk to you a little bit about energy and energy hypnosis and kinetic shift. Now, when we do energy work, we are basically realizing that the body is made up of energy. Quantum physics explains this very well, and our thoughts affect our energy as well. So I've been a Reiki master for about 22 years. I've been doing hypnotherapy, clinical and 5-path hypnosis since 2005. I'm also a touch of a health kinesiologist, so I work with the energy meridians. I used to teach Tai Chi and yoga for 10 years as well. And I'm an ex-nurse. And at the end of last year, I learned a technique called Kinetic Shift. Basically, it looks very similar to some of the Reiki techniques I've been using for the last 20 odd years, but we do add a little hypnosis component to it. So it's stuff that I've been using before, where we're really working on that energy field, clearing away energy blockages, but we're also working with the mind so we can get some permanent change. Now, Kinetic Shift, I'm going to call it energy hypnosis. It really does work. It works because I add Reiki to it. It works on the energy level, but it also works on the mind level so that we can affect change. And what we know is that the subconscious mind is 90 to 95% of our intelligence. That's where our emotions live. And when we tap into that, we can get some congruence. We can get some rapid change that's really powerful. Firstly, I'm going to show you a little toy I've got. And this one is called an energy stick. So you just saw what happened there. And what we find is as soon as we complete the circuit from touching one end and then the other, we are really just using our body's energy field to make that thing go off. So it really does demonstrate so well that we are all made of we've all got this electromagnetic energy running through us. And when we do things like kinesiology, remembering I used to teach Tai Chi for 10 years as well, working with the Chi, we know in Chinese medicine there are energy meridians, acupuncture points, acupressure points, and basically there are 14 main meridians that go through the body. Really, they're just one meridian that we break it up into 14 parts that passes through different organs, and that's how they get their names, like the kidney meridian or the heart meridian, whatever. But with Kinetic Shift, when I do it, I'm adding Reiki to it as well. And what we're going to do is when we do that work, we're pulling out energy blocks from the body. And what we know, in particular when we're looking at the physical body, when we have pain, we notice when I've had lots of clients recently with pain, not just physical pain, but emotional pain as well. If somebody's got physical pain on an energy level, what that means is that there's a block in that energy meridian, and it's sort of like a dam. So when that block's there's an increase in intensity of the energy, and that can cause pain. When we clear away the blocks, that energy flows. And when we're doing things like Reiki, again, it's another way to do that. We clear away the energy blocks by sending chi, ki, or prana into that field. It will go in and do the work, clear the blocks, and the energy flows. The mind-body system just returns back to homeostasis, back to balance and harmony again. So when we're doing things like Kinetic Shift, we can actually physically pull that energy out of that person. Now, I had someone a little while ago who came in and he was a fellow that came in to quit smoking, to lose weight, to work on anger, to work on depression. And he also happened to have a knee that has had 4 operations on it, a lower back problem, a hip problem, and a foot problem. And it took 10 minutes. And now he's had these pains for years. And what I did was just physically pull the pain out of firstly out of his knee. And he said, this is weird. I can feel this tingling going all the way down my legs. And when we did the back, he said he could feel it as well. And so of course, within a few minutes, he went from, his knee was because he was sitting comfortably, it was 3 or 4 out of 10. And his lower back pain, because he was sitting comfortably, was a 6 or 7 out of 10. Within minutes, it was just gone, gone, gone. So he left here, and that was before we got in and did some work on his emotional state as well. But he left here completely pain-free. He said it was the weirdest experience he's ever had. While he was in hypnosis, because I'm a Reiki master, he's also merging with my aura. And while he was in hypnosis, he saw colors of flashing lights. He said when I mentioned different words, for example, when I mentioned the word anger, he said he saw this red flashing light and it suddenly turned into a purple. And, you know, I never know exactly what we're going to get when we do this work together. But what I do know is we are all energy and information. And quite often I'll have clients in my chair who will have almost mystical experiences when we might be doing something really simple like quitting smoking, because they've allowed themselves to go into that deeper state where energy flows and the subconscious mind can really start to reset and we get change. So I've also been using the Kinetic Shift recently with clients with emotional pain. And what we want to do is just scale it, work out how bad is it on a scale of 0 to 10. Give it a number and then close your eyes and go into that discomfort. And even though it's emotional, you can still see a color, and we can pull that out of that person's body as well. And I have a client who I worked with today who is in Sydney, and again, she's had a lot of pain in her. I think we worked on her shoulders, and we also worked on her hands, because this is a friend of mine, and she'll know who I'm talking about. And she's just had some breast cancer. She's had a mastectomy. She's going in on Tuesday for a big operation and a reconstruction. And so she has had massive anxiety around going into the operation. But because she's now on hormonal treatments, it's caused aches and pains all throughout her body. And we just pulled that out in probably 2 minutes. We got rid of the pain. We also used the same techniques to clear away the emotional pain in her body. And then we did another thing called an emotional detox, which just really cleared it away. Next session, we're going to go in, we're going to do some more heavy duty stuff. The hypnosis is not for the faint-hearted. It's not that you're not going to feel emotion. It's just that we're going to process it very quickly and come out the other end. So, while I've got my toys here, I'll also show you this little toy, and this again comes from a toy shop. I want you to realize that every time we get anxiety or any emotional charge, the amygdala, the back part of the brain, it's like an almond-shaped little part of the brain. Every time we get anxious, it responds. So all through the day, it's fight, fright, flee, fright, flight, or freeze. So the fight or flight system is also now tagged fight, flight, or freeze. So when something comes up that stresses us, the amygdala is going like this all day. Problem is, when we've been doing that for years, it's like something gets stuck in these little parts so that we can't recover, and we want to recover so that we can come back and reset the brain. With hypnosis, when we do techniques like age regression, we're pulling those little things out of that ball, out of that amygdala, and we reset the brain. So instead of exploding disproportionately with anger, or instead of going into that fight or flight or panic, we just take a breath and we calm our farm, and we are able to then deal with those emotions in a much more effective way, which is really what it's all about, isn't it? And so hope that's been a little bit helpful for you. But yeah, my beautiful friend in Sydney, we finished our work today. She feels great. And look, I just think we just use what we've got. We learn techniques to heal our own stuff. And when we find things that work, we just want to share them. And so I hope that's been a little bit helpful for you today, guys, or tonight. It is now. I've got to get home. I've got a husband at home and a couple of small children, grandchildren to get home to. And just feel free to ring me anytime you've got any questions. If you want to learn a little bit more about Kinetic Shift, if you want to learn about energy and using the energy of the body, the energy meridians, clearing pain, clearing emotions. You want to learn more about 5-path hypnosis. You want to learn about kinesiology. Feel free to ring me on 041 334 6637, or just jump onto my website, carolmcrae.com. And you can actually make your own bookings from there. Come on and see me. We can do Reiki, self-hypnosis, Reiki, hypnosis. All hypnosis is self-hypnosis. But Reiki, hypnosis, Kinetic Shift, kinesiology, voodoo magic, my energy hypnosis, and start to clear things away from the past that have been holding you back since you were just a tiny kid, so you can free yourself from this unlimited potential of a wonderful future. So have a great night, guys, and I better sign off. And just remember, feel free just to jump on and ask any questions even below this video. Happy to answer any way I can help. That's what I'm here for. Love you guys. Namaste. Have a beautiful night.